My name is David Roy. I studied a master's in English in medieval and Renaissance. I have a real love for Renaissance literature in particular. I also really enjoy anything to do with the Middle Ages, and so the course really gives a pretty good sweep of both the Middle Ages and the Renaissance period, dealing with all of the major authors that wrote during those periods. Well, the thing that I really enjoyed about the structure of the course was the way it's very flexible. That was the first thing that struck me when I was looking at it and trying to decide what I would do. I love the way you could choose whether to do Old, Middle, or Renaissance English, and whatever combinations you would like to do within those. Um, I guess in terms of the content of the course, it was wonderful to be able to reclaim Edmund Spenser in the place that he wrote. You can't really say that about too many other Renaissance authors anyway, that we know where he lived, we know where he wrote, and being able to see what inspired him and the landscapes that inspired him was fantastic. I guess walking through the muddy fields to get to the castle and the prospects of that were really exciting to me. All of them were really warm and welcoming, which is really important, I think, for a master's in particular, especially the second part of it, where you're working on your dissertation. You need someone that you can approach, that you can speak with, someone that's going to be honest with you and critical of your ideas to help you to improve. And I felt that with every single one of the lecturers within the medieval and Renaissance masters, I felt I could speak with them openly and on a friendly basis. Um, I guess the other aspect to it is the social aspect, and um, one of the great things with the masters is being able to meet with other postgraduate students and head out for nights out, and the lecturers often came out on those as well. So again, it was very much a welcoming atmosphere and a friendly atmosphere. Well, I think the research modules were fantastic. I mean, there was a trip planned down into special collections where we got to interact with um, 10th century manuscripts, which was absolutely brilliant. I got to see my first polyglot Bible, which again was fantastic. Um, and just having that hands-on experience with proper manuscripts was an experience I'll never forget. Well, I think the master's is a huge step up, especially when it comes to research. I found that um, for each seminar, I put in about as much preparation for a 2 hour seminar as I would an entire undergrad essay. And so I found that it was a huge step up in terms of my research abilities and capabilities. But it was also nice to be able to be stretched and see that I was able to do that. Well, it's got a wonderful postgrad atmosphere. Again, there's a great social scene for postgraduates. The PhD students and the master's students get together fairly often and head out together. Um, but also, I guess in a Renaissance context, the population isn't much bigger than London would have been in the 16th century. So it gives you a good idea of how many people would have been around then. I absolutely would recommend it. One of the things that was most daunting for me was the dissertation and this big, scary book that you have to write at the end of it. Um, but the advice that I'd give is that it's not as daunting as it seems. And by the end of the master's, all of a sudden, you've got a book that you've written. It just kind of happens.